evolution of confidence. But before he comes on, Christina is in Long Island. You're at home. Hi, Chrissy. Chrissy's in New York. I know Chrissy's in New York. So before I get Tony to come on, what I want to be able to do with these shows is give my perspective of confidence, because many of you may not know this, but I had a lot of challenges with my own confidence for a long, long time in my life. And it's only been recently that I really stepped into who I am and really stepped into my confidence. And so that journey, I want to share some of that with you, and then talk to my guests about it. So hopefully you will hopefully you will sit with me. Hi, Adam, from the UK watching live. Thank you, Adam, for joining me. It's late or super early. I think it's like 6 hours ahead in the UK. So thank you for sticking with me, Adam. I appreciate that so much. So I want to give you a little bit about my journey and give you maybe some tips and tools and techniques that you can use before I bring my guest on, and then we'll talk about that. So this is where I get to be a little selfish in the show and talk a little bit about me. But it's really, the point is to help you, because I went through it, I struggled through it, and I understood what was happening at the time, and I'm able to bring you some of the nuggets that I learned that's helping me. So hopefully I can help you out that way, and just, let me know if you're gaining anything from it. I would really appreciate that. So today I want, this whole week, since last week, people have been talking about taking quantum leaps, quantum. That's all I've been hearing this week. So I wanted to start the show with a quantum leap for you. So if you are challenged or struggling with confidence, let's take a quantum leap today. And I want to talk to you about taking a quantum leap in your confidence. And so for me, confidence is the most important foundational element in your life that you need to thrive. Do you agree with that? You need confidence in order to thrive and be successful. And so if you really look at it, there are so many variables that can affect and impact your confidence, either negatively or positively. And it's really imperative upon us to guard our confidence, to really make sure that we're vigilant and that we're conscious every day of what we're doing to help grow our confidence instead of allowing us to shrink. Because if we're not growing, what are we doing? We're shrinking, right? So I really didn't understand the importance of confidence at first in my life until I realized that I wasn't getting the success that I wanted. Yeah, Adam, I'm sure it's really late over in the UK. I wasn't getting the success that I really wanted because, and I didn't connect it at the time to my confidence. I really didn't connect it to my confidence. I didn't really realize that my confidence was influencing my actions negatively, and I was self-sabotaging. So once I started to become aware of that, I started to look at every area of what I was doing and how I could improve my confidence. I got a lot of coaching. I got a lot of encouragement to really look, and I did a lot of really deep work within myself to change things. So I wanted to read this quote for you by Napoleon Hill. He says, "The turning point in our lives of those who succeed usually comes at a moment of some crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves." So I'm going to talk about your other self today, just for a brief minute. When you can understand that you're not born with low confidence or no confidence, it's not something you're born with, but it's your environment and the decisions that you make that can have a profound effect and impact on your confidence, then that's when you can see what's happening with your confidence. My guest just texted me. I didn't really read his text, but I think he's coming on soon. So hopefully he'll be available in a few minutes to bring him on camera. So let's talk about this other self. Let's talk about this other self for a moment. Have you heard, say yes or give me some hearts or something if you've ever heard of like some extraordinary act of strength, like a mother lifting a car because her baby's trapped, or breaking through, a glass window because the baby's trapped inside, or, some really incredible act of courage or act of strength. That's the other person that Napoleon Hill is talking about. Like, you have a crisis and that superhuman strength comes out. I'm not going quite there. That is kind of an extreme situation. Thank you, Scott. Yes, I love that quote by Napoleon Hill. It really is very profound. So we're not looking at those. My producers asked me a question, not just yet. We're not looking at those types of extreme situations. Sorry, I just lost my feed. But what we do want to look at is things that you can do to yourself or with yourself or for yourself that can amplify who you are when needed. So I'm not talking about superhuman strength, but I'm looking at areas in your life that you can amplify yourself when it is needed. All right. So what if you can create that every single time? And I'm going to give you a tip so that you can do that. Again, I'm not talking about lifting a heavy car. I'm not talking about that. But being able to raise your level of confidence in a snap. Change your state, as Tony Robbins would say. Change your state in an instant. And sometimes little shifts can do that for you. So I believe just as the mind affects the body can affect the mind. And small, thank you, Chrissy. You want to talk about that on your show too? If you want me as a guest, I'm there. Just let me know. All right. So I'm talking about little things can influence your mind. So I want everybody to try just a little exercise for me. I know I'm on camera and you're not on camera, but wherever you are, just sit up a little bit taller, a little bit straighter, and take a deep breath. And how does that feel to you? Tell me in the chat, how does that feel? If you sit up just a little bit straighter and a little bit taller, you hold your head up just a little bit, and you take a deep breath. Sometimes that just centers you and it makes you feel so much bigger and more open and more confident. So sometimes if you're doing something and you start feeling yourself, you feel proud. Yeah. You start like shrinking a little bit, and you can actually feel your body tensing up. Just kind of lift your shoulders back, take a deep breath, lift your chin up, and that little shift, that little micro shift can make a huge difference in your mind. Thank you, Christina. Yes, you feel a little prouder, that you feel proud when you stand up straight and tall. So I am going to teach you an advanced Jedi trick. This is a little advanced technique that I'm going to share with you, and it's called the alter ego. A sense of understanding of who you are. That's great, Chrissy. Pearl, thank you. You feel tingling down your spine. Oh, I love that. You feel a little tingly. That's awesome. And Alicia, you feel more in control. That's great. Yes, more in control because you are centered. You've just centered yourself and you do feel more in control. So that's just a little tip I gave you, but now I'm going to give you that super Jedi, like quantum leap. If you're ready, are you ready for this? That quantum leap to take in your confidence. This is advanced stuff, guys. So this is something I teach people, and it can be, it might be a little mind blowing, but it works. I'm telling you, I guarantee you it works. And so what you need to do for yourself is create an alter ego. And I'm not talking about someone who's obnoxious or someone who's mean-spirited or anything like that. I'm talking about, think about someone who is maybe someone who you admire, that there are qualities in them that you'd like to emulate. or someone that you can, yes, my producer's asking me, yes, you can put those up now. Someone you'd like to emulate. So a quick example, just some examples of alter egos is Stephen Colbert. So Stephen Colbert, his alter ego for his talk show is actually Stephen Colbert. But he's different than who he is in real life, his normal everyday persona. But in order to perform, he creates this extreme version of himself, right? And so he becomes Stephen Colbert. And the next person we have, yes, he becomes someone with nerve. You become someone with nerve. This is Marshawn Lynch. For those of you who don't know American football, maybe you're overseas, this is Marshawn Lynch. His alter ego is beast mode. So when he plays on the football field, he goes into beast mode, and he doesn't smile, he doesn't talk to anybody. He's just fierce. Who do we have next? Let's see. The Hulk. All right, everybody knows the Hulk is a cartoon character, but Bruce Banner is his mild, Dr. Bruce Banner, his mild self. But then when he becomes angry, he becomes the Hulk, right? The superhuman Hulk. I also have another live example, Sasha Fierce, that's Beyonce. So in order for Beyonce, because she tends to be more shy in person, in real life, she doesn't like the camera, she doesn't like to talk in public. But when she gets on that stage, when she gets in front of a camera, she becomes Sasha Fierce, and she turns it on. And so you can also look at like Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. You know, she is strong in her own right, but then she can turn it up and become Wonder Woman. So that's kind of the oh, I forgot. Of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He actually put it in his name, The Rock. When he was a wrestler, he was The Rock. You know, he was unmovable, unshakable. He was The Rock. But now that he's a movie star, he's more Dwayne Johnson than The Rock, right? And so what I'm asking you to do is to think about who you will be at the highest level of what you want. Like, who do you want to be when you are the highest level of when you can think about, well, this is really who I envision myself to be. Fearless, bold, brave. You know, if I had to embody those qualities, who would that be? Who would that person be? Give it a name, him or her, and then start listing out those qualities of what that person is and start stepping into it. Start just stepping into it. Put it on like a dress. You know, I'm wearing this dress today. Just put it on. See how it fits. See how it feels. And then create that alter ego for yourself. And what I want to do, I have an assignment for those of you who are watching, is if you can, please put it in the chat. You know, not now, after the show. Think about it, spend some time thinking about it, and then go back and put it in the chat and let's have a conversation about it. I'd love, love, love to hear some of your alter egos, if you dare to put it in. And maybe next week, I'll let you know what mine is. All right. If you haven't guessed. In fact, next week, if you come join me, hey, if you come join me next week, I will be in my alter ego so that you can guess who it is. And I don't have to say it. I will actually become it. And you will know who it is. So really quickly, my book here, it's Sebastian taught me to do this. You're Chrissy and Christine. There you go, Chrissy. So this is your signature style. And I have some tips about the alter ego in this book that if you'd like to get it, it's on Amazon. It's also on my website, aliciacouri.com. All right. So I see that some people are going to try it out. That's awesome. Thank you. You're going to try it, Scott. Yay. Just put it in the chat when you figure something out and let me know. I'd love, love, love to know if you can share it with me. Pearl Lauren is your alter ego. Awesome. We walk in fierceness. I'd love that. I love that. So maybe I can see. Let's talk about some of the chats while we wait for Tony. So Christina's saying you can't wait to create your own alter ego. I'm glad, Christina. That's awesome. I love my alter ego, and she has really helped me become more confident, bolder, more audacious, and step out and do things that I never thought that I could do. So I'm just going to keep talking about your alter ego. So let me hear some comments from you guys. Let me see. I think Sebastian said, hey. So, hey, Sebastian. Let me know if you know anybody else that I did not mention, because I know there are other people out there who have alter egos. Let me know how your alter ego has served you. Let me know how you use your alter ego in everyday life, or if you just use it whenever you need that extra boost. You know, that is always helpful, because the way I started using my alter ego was when I started going on television. So before I made the decision to start booking myself on television news around the country, I never saw myself on TV. I always used to tell myself, well, you know, you're a behind the scenes kind of girl. That's why I started doing makeup and hair, so I don't have to be in front of the camera. I get to be behind the camera, making everybody beautiful, making everybody wonderful. And I didn't have to step out in front of the camera. And then when I made that decision to actually start doing television, I needed something to help me sort of get out there and get out of myself and get out of my nerves and get out of the fear of stepping in front of the camera. And so I started looking for inspiration. I started looking for inspiration from other people and taking little bits of things here and little bits of things there to figure out who I wanted to be. How many people think that an alter ego can help them in their everyday lives? Give me a yes, you think it can help you, or a no, you don't really think it can help you because you're already so awesome. You don't really need an alter ego. Maybe. Maybe you can say that. Oh yeah, Chrissy. Absolutely. It'll get you out of the your everyday normal life and get you to do stuff that you probably never thought you can do. I know that's what happened with me. It got me to do stuff. Yes. Yes, Alicia. Yes, Christina. They're all saying yes, it can definitely help you. And Chrissy is saying it can get you out of your normal, get you out of your norm and try new things. Absolutely. Oh, that is huge, Pearl. That is huge. If we can put up Pearl's comment, that is really huge. Yeah, you had to decide to love yourself before you could develop an alter ego. And she helped you regain your life and develop the necessary survival skills. That is very, very true. You have to be able to love yourself. That's a whole other show we're going to do on self-love, because you can't have self-confidence without self-love. And so we'll do a whole other show on self-love. And you really do need to love yourself, because that just takes your alter ego to another level. That just really helps you develop into another level. So I think Tony, yes, no, producer's still saying no, he's not in the green room yet. So are we putting up the poll? Did the poll go up? Oh, you can click on the live poll. I think the poll is there. Yep, click on the live poll and tell us yes or no if an alter ego will help you in your everyday life. Thank you, Scott, for your messages. I appreciate it. You have one professionally and one as a special needs parent. Yes. And so one thing I want to distinguish, because we do play a lot of roles in our life. We play a lot of different roles. And so I want to really be clear that your alter ego isn't a role that you're playing in your life. So it's not like, well, when I'm a, if I'm a teacher I'm like this one way with my students, but when I'm home with my kids, I'm another way with them. This is really just to amplify. This is just really to amplify yourself, amplify who you are. Hi, Alicia Couri here. If you enjoyed that episode of the Audacious Confidence Show, check out more on this channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. And if you hit that notification button, you won't miss a single episode.